If you're over 60 and your vision has been getting blurrier, or your eyes feel dry and tired by the evening, you've probably been told it's just age. And in some ways that's true. But just age isn't the whole story, and it's not something you have no control over. Let's talk about what's actually happening inside your eyes as you get older, and what the real research says you can do about it. As we age, the retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye, becomes more vulnerable to oxidative stress. The macula, the small central part of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision, can slowly thin. This process is at the root of age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, which is one of the leading causes of vision loss in people over 60. Cataracts, dry eye, and slower night vision are also more common as we age, for similar reasons. Years of UV exposure, oxidative damage, and changes in blood flow to the eye. Here's the good news. This isn't just something you have to accept. There is real, published clinical research, not marketing claims, on nutrition and eye health, and it points to a few things that genuinely matter. The most well-established research comes from a set of studies funded by the National Eye Institute called AREDS and AREDS2, the age-related eye disease studies. These were large, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trials, the gold standard in medical research. The original AREDS trial found that a specific formulation of vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, copper, and beta-carotene reduced the risk of progression to advanced macular degeneration by about 25% over 5 years in people who already had intermediate AMD. That's a meaningful result from real data, not an anecdote. The follow-up study, AREDS2, tested whether adding lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants found naturally in the eye's macula, could improve on that formula, and whether replacing beta-carotene with them made sense. Beta-carotene had been linked to a higher risk of lung cancer in smokers, so researchers wanted a safer alternative. The results? Replacing beta-carotene with lutein and zeaxanthin was just as protective against AMD progression without that lung cancer risk. In fact, longer-term follow-up data published in JAMA Ophthalmology found lutein and zeaxanthin had a modest additional benefit over beta-carotene in reducing progression to late-stage AMD with no increased cancer risk. That's one of the most solid nutrition and eye health findings we have. So where do you actually get lutein and zeaxanthin? They're found in leafy greens like spinach and kale, in corn, and in egg yolks. Orange and yellow foods can also contribute related carotenoids, though lutein and zeaxanthin specifically are concentrated more in green vegetables and eggs than most people expect. A few other things the evidence supports, with appropriate caution. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon and in walnuts and flaxseed, support overall retinal health, though the AREDS2 trial itself didn't find an additional benefit from omega-3 supplements on top of the core formula. Vitamin C and E are antioxidants your eyes use, and they're part of the AREDS formula for a reason. But the research supports them at the doses studied in that formula, not as a general more is better principle. Staying hydrated, protecting your eyes from UV light with sunglasses, not smoking, and managing conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure all have real, well-documented effects on long-term eye health, probably more than any single food. Now, a few things I want to be direct with you about, because a lot of content online isn't. No fruit, food, or supplement reverses cataracts or macular degeneration once damage has occurred. The AREDS2 formula slows progression in people who already have intermediate AMD. It doesn't cure it or restore vision that's already been lost. Diet and supplements are not a substitute for seeing an eye doctor. Sudden vision changes, blurriness in one eye, flashes of light, or a sudden increase in floaters need to be checked by a professional promptly. Some of these can signal a retinal emergency. If you're already taking AREDS2 type supplements or considering them, that's a conversation to have with your ophthalmologist especially if you smoke, since the beta-carotene version specifically is not recommended for smokers. The honest, unglamorous summary is this: eat a diet with plenty of leafy greens and colorful vegetables, don't smoke, wear sunglasses that block UV, manage your blood sugar and blood pressure, and get regular eye exams, especially after 60, when conditions like AMD and glaucoma become more common and are far easier to manage when caught early. None of that makes for a dramatic countdown video, but it's what the actual research supports, and it's worth more than any miracle fruit list. If you found this helpful, talk to your eye doctor about whether the AREDS2 formula or any supplement makes sense for you specifically. It isn't right for everyone, and this video is educational, not medical advice.